So it seems like there's a lot of interest, quote unquote, or sort of like the direction that we're moving in is you're no longer interfacing with people. To the extent we might be communicating with people, but what we're looking at, what we're dealing with, is the piece of machinery, right? And I think that you know the thing like what there's this kind of very strong like don't talk to other people thing. If you talk to other people, maybe I'm like connecting two things that shouldn't be there, but I mean it's like it's just layers of disconnect. Ideally, you're not talking to any other people at all, and you're just looking at curated curated social media posts and what do you call it? And yeah, you're just looking at curated social media posts. You're not even looking at other people. Um, it just reminded me of a conversation that I saw in the New York Times where they were talking about it was an Times article. They said that it was bad for because there are quote unquote unfettered conversations on on what do you call it, on a Clubhouse. So it's like unfettered conversations. Whoa. And I just thought that was interesting because it's like, what's the ideal? The optimal is you're just talking to media. Second best is at least they're talking to is second best is they might be listening to other people, but it's like curated stuff that's on like a forum, a broad forum, and it's like posts rather than verbal. And then from down from that, it's like the Clubhouse situation. Then the worst case scenario is like what do you call it? The Christopher Lash called it the third place, right? It's like the local bar or whatever, just like talking to your buddy, being like, "Hey, man, so did you hear about this?" That's the worst because I think that is like the hardest to control, I guess, and that has the most kind of chaotic potential. Hardest to control for is kind of this malevolent framing. Another way is it's like there's the more possibility for things to go wrong. It's chaotic, has this chaotic energy to it, and it's not as kind of like anodyne and safe as some of the other options. So I don't know, and it's just like yeah, that's the worst. And also, I saw this poster in. So, yeah, seriously, it's even worse up there. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it's this kind of anodyne, like safe, sanitized thing, and it reminds me of the sign they said where in the New York subway now there's a sign um that says like bad, and it shows two people or something to the effect of like bad, and that's two people like talking to each other on the subway with no masks on, and then it says better, and it shows two people talking to each other on the subway with masks on, and then there's something that says best, and it shows two people, one of whom is reading a book and one of whom is on their phone. So bad, better, best, and that kind of reminded me of this too. It's like how to like what's the direction where the systems that are in place, because it's not people, I think it's systems actually. um yeah, no, I bad, better, best. So what's best if people like just interfacing with media, or at the very least just interfacing with other people through like the mediation of like some forum. Yeah, so it's interesting. Just random thoughts, kind of just not sure if I'm making a sensible connection here.